coached high school. I've coached middle school. I've coached college. I've coached traveling ball. And this morning I did a double session. I did 4 hours in the gym and couldn't be happier. Had to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to do 4 hours in the gym, and I couldn't think of a better way to spend my morning. Part of my coaching journey, I am now the freshman coach in a program that is headed by a young lady whom I coached 15 years ago. So what a blessing that is, you know. Wow. So we hope to push this thing forward. We're not here for I mean, wins are great, but we're not here for that. We're here to push it forward, make it a little bit better.
This is going to be so good. So what's the number one job of every freshman volleyball coach, every freshman basketball coach, every freshman football coach? What's their number one job?
That's easy. Their number one job is to make sure that all the kids on their team play sophomore ball.
What's your number one tactic to make that happen?
Involve everyone, make it fun, encourage them, let everyone play. Like I have a team now on my freshman volleyball team. I could probably put a lineup out there that would win a lot of games, and we probably will win a lot of games. But I thought it over and said, no, we're just going to go with a very simple rotation that allows everyone to play.
2001, I'm at a school whose middle school basketball team went 14-0. 6 girls got to play. And I had a big problem with it. And I know when I'm asking this question, you and I are on the same page. Trying to ask this badly is what is the ratio then of winning games? What should head coaches tell their middle school coaches and freshman coaches?
Let me answer it this way. John Kessel, who recently retired as head of USA Volleyball, talked about his won-loss record. And he says he's won more than 1,000 and he's lost 2 or 3. By 1,000, he means 1,000 girls stayed in the sport after he coached them. And 3 did not. So that is your only barometer of what kind of job you've done. And as far as the ratio, at the freshman level, what I'm trying to do with my kids is I'm trying to let them all play, and I'm trying to let them all play the same position so that they can be exposed to that and understand the game a little bit better. So at 14, next year, sophomore year, they start to specialize a little bit. And we also didn't cut anybody on our freshman team because we just don't know. You don't know. And that's something Dr. Gilbert is helping me study. The tortoise and the hare is a real story, coaches. If you want to use something, if you want something that you can use tomorrow, remember the story of the tortoise and the hare. That is real. It was real back when it was written, and it's real today. And I know when I walk into a gym, there's going to be a kid who doesn't knock my eyes out the first time. She's not big, tall, strong, fast, but she has something inside of her that will not let her quit. And I'm not going to see that unless I see her for a long time. And it's just a beautiful miracle. So I call them hidden gems. And what are they hidden by? Well, they're hidden by maybe they're small, they're too small, or maybe they're not fast. But if you let them blossom, and it's a joy that I have every single year. In fact, I call them my lab rats because I don't know how many of you are familiar with Dr. Anders Ericsson. He's gone now, but he was at the university. He was at Florida State University, and he was the world's expert on experts. He was the world's expert on how people get good at what they do. And he had this little throwaway line at the end of a paper that he wrote. And he said, by studying people who improve in specific areas, we may be able to learn more about why people improve in general. And so that's why I call these little hidden gems lab rats, because man, I look at her and I say, wow, what makes her tick? What keeps her going when she's not playing well? What brings her back to the gym when she knows she's not the best player on the team? And pretty soon that little tortoise overcomes the hare, and it just happens every year. And so coaches, if I could give you one bit of advice, when you are out on the field, there is a hidden gem somewhere. And And the culture, there's Randy's word, culture, the culture that you create will allow that kid to flourish. So that 5th round draft choice named Tom Brady can make himself known. I mean, Brady, he's the most obvious example. There's one in baseball, Mike Piazza. More than 1,000 players were selected in the draft before Mike Piazza was. And he's the one that goes to the Hall of Fame. So how does this happen? I'm studying that, but it's not really important for us how it happens. What's most important is that it does happen, and it's happening all the time in your program. If you understand that it's there and let it grow.